Hello, everyone, and welcome to your JA program called JA Our City. This is our second session of the program, and the title of today's session is called Invisible Money. My name is Amanda Billingsley, and you may recall from our last session, I work at U.S. Bank in the Human Resources Department, and I'm a volunteer with Junior Achievement. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. So let's talk about spending. I'm going to hold something up here. You can see what that is. This is a dollar bill, and we use bills and coins when we spend money. There are other means of ways that we're able to spend money. If you can think of some, I'll give you a minute to think about that, and then we'll cover what other options are listed here on the slide. So we think about ways you can spend money. I held up the dollar bill. There's also debit and credit cards that you can utilize to spend money. There are checks. Sometimes people write checks to an individual, maybe for a service that they did, or to pay for something. And then there's also PayPal and Venmo, which are electronic forms of payment. And just to give you an example of something that I recently bought, actually on my way to work this morning, I stopped at Starbucks and purchased coffee. I did use my credit card as a way to pay for the coffee. I didn't have cash on me, and a credit card is typically the form of payment that I use. One reason that I use it is I receive a % of cash back every time it's used. So there are some rewards from using that. Also, I feel like it's just easier that I don't always have to have cash on me. I can use my credit card. Now, there are places that only accept cash as forms of payment, such as concession stands. And I try to always have cash on me when I know I'm going to be attending one of my daughter's ball games, for example, because I'm certain that someone will be hungry or thirsty, and I always want to make sure I have some cash when I know I'm going to be going, because they only accept cash as a method of payment. So we are going to watch another Cha-Ching video. This one is called Invisible Money. The video is about the band throwing a birthday party for Prudence, and the band takes out $200 cash, but spends more money using a credit card. So we will watch the video now.
Hey, Prudence, could you mind checking the fuse box? It's off the back. Okay, in total. It's Prudence's birthday soon, and we're going to throw her a surprise party.
Cha-Ching has money saved from the last gig.
Party time! It's all the party time. We need to buy a few things. We have $200 in the bank account of Cha-Ching. The party supply, clothing, excellent bash. Got it all electronic, and it's on in a flash. Don't forget there's a bill.
why do you think the video is called Invisible Money? And that's because you don't see it. It's plastic. When they racked up the charges on the credit card, and it was money they didn't have to pay, they actually were making those charges on the credit card. And this leads us to our next question. What is invisible money? Invisible money is, like we mentioned, a credit or debit card. It's an electronic payment like PayPal. And the second question is, how can spending invisible money get you in trouble? When you're using a debit card, you don't see the money leave your bank account. So you may spend more than you actually need to. And this is an example of what happened when they were spending money for Prudence birthday. That was on the video. When using a credit card, interest accrues on every purchase, and you may spend more than what it is in your bank account and cannot pay the bill off. So next we're going to talk about what are goods and services. Goods are items that can be bought or sold. Goods are items that people need or want and can be touched or handled, like the supplies for Prudence party. Services are jobs done for others, such as haircuts or car repairs. When you think about goods, this could be something such as a cell phone or purchasing a sweatshirt or tennis shoes. When we think about services, doctors and dentists provide a service when they care for their patients. Auto repair shops, hairstylists, computer technicians, pet groomer, they also provide a service to people in cities. Next, we're going to review the different ways that you can pay for goods or services. And we'll go through each of these and look at the definition as well as if it is a visible or invisible payment method. And the first one being cash. Cash is money in the form of bills or coins, and you can actually see that. It is visible. A debit card is a card that subtracts the cost of what you buy from the money you have in your checking account. You can swipe your debit card. That money is going to come directly out of your checking account in the bank, and this is a form of invisible money. There are credit cards, a card that allows a person to pay later by borrowing the money. It is also invisible money. There's electronic payments, and this is a way to pay for things using a phone, a tablet, or internet, and this is a method of payment that's becoming more popular as people are making more purchases online, and it's an easy way to make a payment. This is also invisible. And last, there are checks as a form of payment, and this is a written order to a bank to pay money to a person or business. And check writing is no longer a preferred payment option for many people just because of all of the online technology, and it has made buying and selling and paying for things much easier with the internet and web-based payment tools. However, there are some people that still prefer to write a check, and they certainly are able to do that. A check is also a form of invisible payment. So now I'm going to ask you to take out a piece of paper, and we're going to go through a couple of questions, and I'll ask you to write your answers on your piece of paper. The first question is, write down something you would like to buy. And once you have that written down, how are you going to pay for it? Are you going to pay for it with cash, a card, a check, or an electronic payment? And the third question is your payment form visible or invisible?
And I'll give you an example of something that I'm looking to purchase. It is a phone case for my phone. This one is I'll hold it up, a little outdated, so I'm looking on Amazon for a new phone case. When I make that purchase, I will use electronic payment that's set up through Amazon. So when I make the purchase, it's going to be charged to my credit card. So I'll add the phone cover to my card. I'll go to checkout and hit purchase, and that will automatically purchase that phone case for me. The payment or the charge will be sent to my credit card, and then I will receive my phone case within a day or two. So as we wrap up our session today, I want you to remember that there are visible and invisible ways to spend money, and we spend our money to purchase goods and services. I hope you enjoyed your lesson today. I've enjoyed my time with you, and I look forward to our next session. Thank you.